Fifth Sunday of Ordinary Time. Our readings today tell us that God's generosity begins where our imagination ends. When the Lord fishes, or multiplies bread, or heals the afflicted, fear is driven out by joy. Possibility stretches wide. Trust me, no one is prepared for God's outrageous generosity. All one can say is thank you, or in Greek, Eucharistia. Ask yourself, why are we suspicious of plenty and so accepting of scarcity? Why do we stumble over God's kindness? Why, in the face of crazy, outlandish grace, do we perceive angels as harbingers of menace? Could it be we are centered on our own unworthiness, not unlike Isaiah and Simon Peter? Do we not know that we, like they, were made for greatness? God's grace is always cleansing, always fortifying. The primary sacrament of forgiveness for Catholics is Eucharist. Yes, you heard that correctly. This in no way weakens the importance of the sacrament of healing we now call reconciliation. This is why, as Catholics, we say, the celebration of the Eucharist is the source and summit of our faith. Everything we do as Christians flows from our communion with Christ, and everything leads back to this profound act of thanksgiving, including forgiveness. A confession is a statement of belief. The sacrament of confession celebrates our belief and acknowledgement that our God forgives, which is rooted in our personal experience of being forgiven. Penance is a spiritual practice that has nothing to do with punishment and everything to do with moral repair. Not simply the repair of our individual hearts, but the repair required by the damage all sin inflicts on the world. Reconciliation is the ongoing work of salvation, the bringing all of creation into the fullness of peace and unity. This work was ushered in by Christ's willingness to lay down his life for all, and now is carried on by the church. This is why Paul proclaims, "For I handed on to you as of first importance what I also received, that Christ died for our sins." The penitential rite at the beginning of the Mass reminds us of our collective responsibility as church to carry on the work of salvation in communion with Christ and each other. So go ahead. Allow yourselves to be astonished by the good news. Then, like Isaiah, Paul, and Simon Peter, leave everything that is not about plenty behind and follow the Lord. Acknowledge that Holy Presence has knocked you for a loop and say, "Here I am, send me."